My name is Ivana Lee. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I write melancholy pop. I started making music around the age of 9 or 10, and I got a keyboard for Christmas one year, and I was so excited to get this keyboard, and I wanted to learn how to play a Vanessa Carlton song, and I was so obsessed with it and like learning the keys and things. I kind of ended up teaching myself piano a bit, and I learned a lot of chords. That kind of inspired my interest in music, and the second I learned that, I started writing songs myself, and it just became this whole thing, and now that's what I do. What's your favorite thing? Where will you be 5 years from now?
Okay.
A lot of the songs I wrote at first, I got rid of them somehow, but I do remember that whenever I would write songs, it would always be about how I was feeling in the moment, and it's kind of like my songs are like a journal of my life, basically. When you're writing a song and you get the chords right and you're just flowing, you're just like, oh, I've got this lyric matches perfectly. It just sits perfectly on the chords and on the beats and everything that you have, and it's almost like a magical experience, because you're like, wow, did I just do this? This is super amazing. And every time I write a song, it inspires me to keep doing it, because it makes you feel good to be able to write a song that you hope that people will relate to and understand. And that's why I pretty much chose melancholic pop, because it really speaks to me in my soul. A lot of my songs do have a sort of melancholic feel, or a melancholy feel, and they're about kind of sad topics, but they still have a good beat behind them that sounds a lot like pop. And so I decided that I'm more of a melancholy pop singer, and I really do enjoy this genre, and I think it's really cool to be able to talk about things like mental illness and problems that you're having in your life, and also have other people relate to it. So it's really great to be able to do that. The first song I ever released to the public was Young and Broken. It was back in 2014. My sister Yana was learning guitar, and she just started playing a tune one day, and I was like, hey, this would be really cool if I added lyrics to it. And literally sitting down one session, we just wrote it, and it just became this really cool song. It's not I would say that it's melancholy. I wouldn't say it's melancholy pop, but it's really cool just to have the acoustic sound and be talking about really real topics. I released it myself using this website called Louder. Back when, I don't know if Louder's still a thing, but back when Louder came out, you were able to just release songs on the internet. So that's what we did, and we really were passionate about it. I was really passionate about it, and I still am. So it was just so interesting to have that kind of session where we're working together and learning new things. It's really great to be able to release music on the internet these days, and to be able to release it on Apple Music and Spotify and Amazon, and just get it out there to the people who would enjoy listening to it. I think artists who release their own music are really bold, and I think it's just really amazing and really great to have that opportunity. I always thought that I'd have to get a record deal or something like that. I'm an unsigned artist as of today and as of now, so I'm super grateful for that. I never would have been able to show anyone my music or my songs unless I was signed to a label. I think that these services that are allowing people to stream online are really opening up a space in the music industry for people who are just looking to release their music, and who just want people to hear it and to feel it and to really express themselves. So it's just been a really great ride, and I'm so excited for what's to come. When I was writing Good Enough, I was thinking sort of about my social anxiety and how I feel when I'm around large crowds of people, things like that. And also worrying about if people will judge me, or just anyone in general who has social anxiety and who constantly suffers with worrying about what people think of them. Like, it asks the question, like, am I good enough for them? Am I good enough for this? Like, and I just want people to be able to understand it, and people who suffer with social anxiety and people who suffer with mental illness and things like that. I'm hopeful that one day my music will be able to speak to a lot of people about that. Mental illness is definitely a huge part of my music making. It's mostly, I just want people to be able to understand mental illness more, and I also want people who have mental illness to feel like they're understood. I'm just hoping that when people hear my music, that they can feel it and they can understand it. And even if they don't understand it, I hope that they can, I don't know, enjoy it. So, yeah. My dream collaboration would be Lorde. I think that she's so amazing. Her new album, Melodrama, was so good, and it really inspired me, and I was just thinking about it, and I was like, this girl is so talented, and I'd be lucky if I got to work with her one day. All of her songs on that album were so good, and even on the previous albums, they've been so good, and I just think like she's one of my biggest inspirations, and hopefully one day I can make a song with her. She's amazing. I have a lot of music influences when I go in to write songs and things like that. Lorde is definitely one of them. She's probably one of my biggest influences, but I also love Billie Eilish. I think she's amazing, and Birdie, and just people who write songs that are very like real and important for people to hear. And I just think like I have a huge influence. If you guys want to check them out, I have an influence playlist. But another person that I think their music is really great is Harry Styles. He had that song Ever Since New York, and also Sign of the Times, and I just thought those were brilliant songs. I thought they were really great. But yeah, that's pretty much my list, but I have like a longer list if you want to check it out on Spotify. And yeah, my process for writing music is actually quite simple. I'll get on my GarageBand or I'll get on the piano and I'll start playing with a few chords. I'll look up some new chords that I haven't learned yet, and I'll just start playing around with them, and then I'll listen to it for about like 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden like a lyric will pop into my head, and then it starts from there. And it's a great experience to be able to do that, and I love it so much. When I go to record it for Spotify or Apple Music, my sister Ivana actually helps me record it into the computer and add backing tracks and things like that. So she's really amazing with helping me with that. I would love in the future to be able to do festivals. I really love the idea of Glastonbury, Vermont Fest, Coachella, South by Southwest, Lollapalooza. They're all like super amazing. I've never been to one, but that's the dream, is that I'll be able to perform at one. So that's the hope for the future. I'd love to do a tour. I'd love to maybe tour with a bigger musician starting out, and then end up doing my own tour. And I think the Grammys would be great one day. I'm hopeful, but we'll see. I hope someday that a lot of people will hear my music. I know it's a small amount now, but I'm hoping that one day I'll hear that someone heard my song and it really helped them, or it really helped them understand someone that they know, or that it just made them feel good. And that's the whole point of like what I do. I just want to make an impact, and hopefully I'll be able to one day. My name is Ivana Lee. Thanks for watching. I have a new single called Good Enough out now on Apple Music, iTunes, and Spotify. Please check it out, and it'll be linked in the description below. Happy listening.